Oh yeah, frigga, did you hear that? Jesus Christ. Neck cracked. Right, I'm ready. Alright guys, welcome back to another Fun Day Sunday, and for obvious reasons I'm going to keep this one short. It's Father's Day, so for all you fathers out there, happy Father's Day. It's particularly important, this one, to me because it's the first one. First one, friggin' right, so I'm going to be showered with gifts, no doubt. Yeah. So like I said in the last video, at the weekend, which is now, I'm going to taste the lager. Now it's been in there for a couple of days, kegged, and it's been on the gas a couple of days. So I'm not expecting any sort of good carbonation at all. It's currently set at 12 psi, so it's just carbing gently, gradually. I'm not rushing it, because if I force carb it, then I'll not be able to help myself. I'll just be diving in before it's ready. And so it's just come to the end of its lagering, and now it's just going to have a bit of time in the keg just to condition and complete itself. God damn it. Had to say it, didn't I? And then by the time it's ready and carved up, it'll have had that conditioning. I won't be tempted to dive into it as much as I am sort of now. And then yeah, do another tasting later on when it's done its conditioning in a couple of weeks, and we'll see how it's changed. But let's get one in a glass and see what she's looking like. Friggin' right. Holy. Friggin' right. So there she is, poured out. And to say she's not been on the gas long, had quite a nice little head, and still got a tiny little bit of a head, tight little bubbles, and obviously that will get better when the carbonation is complete. But she's friggin' looking, I mean, I don't know whether you can see me through there, I can see the camera. Friggin' right we did. Yeah? Woo! But yeah, the colour is lovely. It's a lovely golden straw colour. It's very appealing to the eye. There's a few little bits in there, obviously, because it's the first pull off the keg, and it's just getting rid of the stuff that we disturbed when we racked it into the keg out of primary. But there she is. She's looking fan-friggin-tastic. Aroma. Oh yeah. Getting some sweet malts on there. Getting that traditional lager fresh aroma. And that's it. Nothing else, which is good. It's lovely and clean. It's fermented well. I'm pleased with how it's sort of turned out so far. And getting a touch of the citra. Not a lot though, but you know it's there. It's good. There's just the right amount of citra in there. You can smell it, but it's not overpowering, which is perfect. So cheers guys. Cheers to all the fathers out there and everyone else. Friggin' right, come on. Let's give it a go. Clean, refreshing. You're getting a lovely sweet malt that's sort of running through it. You're getting a good amount of bittering straight away. As soon as it hits the tongue, you're getting good bittering all the way down the side of your tongue. Leaves a nice malty finish, just a touch of the malts. Everything's nice and balanced. I'm really pleased with how it's turned out, to be honest. To say the last brew I did was completely off balance, to bring it round again to where I've been brewing recently with the all grains, I'm pleased. I'm pleased with how it's turned out. Yeah, no off flavours that I can detect. It's fermented clean. Raising it up for that diacetyl rest is a must, and it has worked. There's no popcorn in this whatsoever, no buttery butterscotch. It's just a lovely, clean, crisp, refreshing lager with a hint of citra. So a hint of the nice sort of citrus hops on the flavour. You get it at the beginning when it sort of first hits your tongue, and then you get it at the back end. It's good. At this stage, it is good. I'm happy with it, and I'm hoping that with the conditioning that it's going to get, it will improve no end. The longer I can leave it, the better this is going to get. Definitely, I can see that happening. That's the lager. Friggin' right. If you want the recipe, then check out the last video that I posted. In fact, I'll leave a link below in the description if I remember. Go and check it out, where we run through the recipe for said lager. Right, so before I wrap this up, next Saturday is going to be a brew day. Friggin' right it is. We're going to get the camera set up, we're going to have the GoPro running, and we're going to brew up another pail. The Pale Ass. Well, I changed the name, I don't know, I might keep it, who knows. But yeah, I'm going to do another pail, because the last pail was not very good. It was so unbalanced. I'd done too much to it. I tried to chuck more in than I should have done, and it just needs to be basic. Alright, just basic. The grain bill for this pail that we're doing is 90% lager malt and 10% Munich malt, and then we're going to bitter it with citra for the 60-minute boil. There's going to be one more addition of boiling hops 10 minutes towards the end of the boil, and that's Amarillo. And then we're just going to whirlpool with some Galaxy, I think. I may tinker around with the recipe a bit, I don't know. Going to ferment it with some Mangrove Jack's West Coast yeast. All the grain, the yeast, I have bought from, and the hops, bought from ArnoldValleyBrewing.com. Go and check them out for all your brewing needs. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing Saturday. And hopefully I'll get it filmed up. I don't know if I'll get it filmed up for the FundaySunday. I'm going to ferment it differently. And when I say ferment it differently, I'm not going to alter the temperatures or anything, but the means in which the CO2 escapes from the fermentation vessel. I'm going to try one of these. It's a Sterilock. It was very kindly sent to me by a Richard Cook of Sterilock.co.uk. This is not a sort of first view of it on YouTube. It's not me saying this is something I've found and they've sent it me and blah 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 blah, because it would be unfair for me to do that, and it would be a lie. I saw this being reviewed by Beer Lover 1983 Brew. Grant was actually sent one of these to review, and I'll leave a link in the description below to his channel. Go and check him out. Go and check out his videos on this, because he does a full review on this particular airlock and the other product that goes alongside this. They also do a colour changing indicator that tells you when CO2 has stopped being produced and pushed through the airlock, because these use no water. They just use a very fine, almost like a pumice stone, but I don't actually know what it's made of. But if you imagine like a pumice stone that you take the dry skin off the bottom of your feet with, you know, the really fine holed stone. I don't know if it is stone or what it's made of, but it's the similar sort of thing. It's very, very microscopic pores that allow CO2 out, but don't allow oxygen back into the brew. So yeah, he did a review on this. Go and check him out. And so I watched the reviews that he did and thought, I need to make my own mind up on these little Sterilocks. So what I did was I contacted Sterilock.co.uk, and they very kindly sent me an email back very swiftly saying, yeah, sure man, we'll send you one out to try, and they did so. And this was a while back, so if they're watching, apologies, I've just been mega busy, but here it is. The thing that I wanted to check out was, mainly for me, was would it be alright for cold crashing? And I only say that because when I cold crash, you know, I take the airlock off, I cover it with cling film or saran wrap if you're in America and want to say it wrong, and then I put a rubber band around it, and that creates a seal. So when the liquid, the beer, contracts because it's being cooled, it doesn't suck the air in through the airlock. And I've done it many times. I nearly did it with this lager. As it contracts, it starts to suck, and sucks water out your airlock into your beer, and then you have old water in your beer and no airlock. And it does the same with the blow-off tube. I've had it before where I've left it out in the winter in the brewery fermenting. It's come out into the brewery to cold crash before I had the fridge, and it has got that cold, it has sucked the bottle of sanitizer dry into the beer, and then I had no airlock on it. So yeah, I thought, well, I wonder if it does that. I didn't know what was inside them. I thought there'd be like a non-return valve inside them, but there isn't. There's just this like block of micro porous sort of little holes that let gas out but don't let air in. So I thought, well, if it's sort of, I don't know, I'm going to test it out, that's what I'm saying. Alright, so let's get it out, let's have a look at it. Let me run through it with you. I'll leave a link in the description below to where you can get these or check them out. You can get the prices on them and whatnot. But here they are. If you buy it, you will get this. Alright, so this is the airlock. Comes with a little lid that comes off, and inside it, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's a tiny little, it's like a block of micropores in there which let the CO2 out but don't let air in. And then if you're brewing indoors and you're with a partner who doesn't like the odour of fermenting beer, it comes with this. This is like an odour capsule which slides inside the airlock like that, and then any odours that come out get absorbed in whatever they've got in here, a carbon mix of some description, I don't know, and then captures the odours in there, so you don't get any odours. Which again, when I heard about this, I thought, well, if you're brewing beer, that's a beautiful aroma. Well, and then I thought, well, yeah, if your partner doesn't like it and she's moaning at you, it would be a good thing to get. Especially if you're doing a lager or a pilsner or something where the yeast is giving off quite a sulphur smell. If you're brewing indoors and you haven't got somewhere that's away from where you're sitting at night or sleeping, then you're just going to have that for like 2 weeks or a week. So yeah, that's what you get with it. You get the odour absorbing capsule and you get the airlock, and you can get replacements of each. So we're going to test this out on the brew because, like Grant rightly said, he didn't know how it would perform with a blow-off, because there's nowhere for the blow-off to go, it would just push it out. So we are going to try it on the brew, hope that we don't get a blow-off, and if we do get a blow-off, I'll let you know what happens. I'll record it and see how it performs, and if it does blow off and gets in that little stone, I'm going to see how easy it is to clean out, because you can reuse these, obviously, just clean them out and sterilise them again. And then we're going to cold crash it and see if it holds a seal on this little whatever it is in there, the microporous stone holds a seal so it doesn't let air in. If it holds enough seal so it crumples up. I don't know these things, and that's why we're going to try it out and I'll report back. But yeah, a big thanks to Richard Cook, who sent this from Sterilocks.co.uk. Friggin' right. So yeah, we're going to try that out, and that's it, guys. That's it. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this lager, what's left of it, and yeah, wish you all a happy Father's Day. For you fathers out there. And that's it. So don't forget to thumb up the video, guys, because I don't know what I do. And don't forget to subscribe, it's right down here. It's the little red button that says subscription. Click it, and then you can keep up to date with what's happening here at NewToHomeBrew Tom. Friggin' right, Pinfall Brewery. And yeah, don't forget to share it. Get it out there for the world to see. And until next time, I'm out of here.